if you're joining us here at the
Oh my gosh, they're coming today.
I was actually able to visit headquarters on my second week.
Yes, Toby, I know. Mama's got more plants, don't she? It's a little ridiculous, isn't it? Well, it's been one of those days. Rainy weather, gloomy, busy work schedule, and I felt kind of bad all day because I have not one, but 2 orders of plants come in today. I was actually not expecting them until tomorrow, so it was a nice surprise, but I had a day that was packed with meetings and work stuff and things ran over, so I felt so bad seeing these 2 boxes of plants sitting here. The cool thing about working remotely is that you're able to catch all the packages that come to the door. The bad thing is you still have to work. So I felt so badly because I was able to bring these in from outside, but I hadn't really been able to either open them or look at them because things were like very, very hectic today. So, and now I finally have a chance to get these guys out. So I've got 2 orders here, and I think I have another one coming in. It's spring ordering, so of course I'm ordering from everybody. All right, so I have 2 orders here. This smaller order is from a private seller on a Facebook group where private sellers and other greenhouses announce African violets for sale. So I'm trying a private seller this time just to see, and I've got 3 plants from the private seller. And this bigger box are 7 plants that I got from Linda's Secret Garden. Now, you might have seen my video before where I ordered from Linda's Secret Garden in the fall. I got 3 minis and 1 standard, so I've got a total of 7 standards in this shipment. So I love the plants, and so soon as she announced that she was putting on new items for the spring in the African Violet for Sale group, I hopped right on there and I kind of went crazy. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open the big box now because it's been a hard day, so I'm going to start with the big box. And I love the sticker. Please handle with love. I sure am. All right, so let's see what we have in here. I can't wait to see what's in here. Plants are a great way to brighten your day. It's a little damp in here. All right, again, these are, oh, I can see some are blooming already. Rough day made much better by live plants. Okay, so look how pretty. One of them's blooming. I feel better already. All right, so let's get these out one by one. And I'll start with the one that's blooming. So, see which one this is. Right, okay, nice packaging. Everybody looks safe. We got some corrugated cardboard. Wonderful. Very nice. Looks like everything was well protected here. Be careful with this X-Acto knife. I don't want to end the day by cutting my fingers off. So let's see. This particular plant is Hawaiian Pearl. So pretty. So Hawaiian Pearl. That is plant number 1. It's a standard, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. Lots of blooms, some of my favorite colors. Pretty plant. And looks like we don't even have a lot of broken leaves to speak of here. All right, and I love the fact that it's clearly labeled here, so I won't have to guess as to which plant. I don't have to label it. I have the stake right in here, so when I put it in the bag to be quarantined, I won't have to label it. And if I remember correctly from when I ordered from Linda's Secret Garden last year, I ordered mostly minis, some miniature, semi-miniatures and mini trailers. And those were packaged in cups, which really kept them well protected. But I like the corrugated packaging that we have here. Beautiful plant. So again, this is Hawaiian Pearl. Now, I don't think there are other ones that are in bloom yet, which is just fine because as much as I love those blooms from Hawaiian Pearl, they may have to go because that's part of the whole quarantine process, unfortunately. But at least I'll take a nice picture and then I'll enjoy it until the blooms come back. All right, so this one is Cajun's Royal Knockout. So this is part of the Cajun series. Lovely plant. Now this one I'm gonna put pictures of, if we don't have flowers, I'm gonna put pictures of what the plant is going to look like once it blooms. But this one has some really big, bright purple blooms, like frilled double blooms with some green edges. So I can't wait till this one blooms. I really appreciate the cotton here, keeping all the dirt in, because it just makes it really a clean package to open. And it really, I mean, these plants get shifted around a lot in the mail. Even if you have warnings saying that this is live plants, I mean, I'm sure post office is as careful as it can be, but you know, it still gets shifted around by mail. So I really appreciate, I'm just making the mess here. I'm the one making the mess here. So I just really appreciate having the cotton here in order to help keep the dirt in until it gets here. And also it helps keep the plant moist because I don't think I really need to. So after I open all these, I'm going to be putting them in quarantine like I usually do. And I'm going to be putting them in plastic bags. So once they're nice and watered, you can put them in the plastic bag for quarantine purposes. And you really don't have to worry about watering them if they're well watered and put in plastic bags. All right, Cajun's Royal Knockout. I can't wait for that one to bloom. Who do we have next? 7 plants. Like I said, I went a little crazy, as if I don't have a ton of plants already. I had already ordered from Appalachian Violets a couple weeks ago, and shh, don't tell anybody. I got some more coming from Appalachian Violets probably tomorrow or Saturday. Today's Thursday. So, as if I didn't have enough going on here. All right, so this is Lacey Lass. Frilled leaves here. All right, I don't see, oh, okay, so there aren't any blooms yet, but there's some coming. There's a nice bud, and if you can see from here, these are like nice big frilly buds. Looks like it's going to be another green frilled edge fuchsia flowers, so kind of similar to Cajun's Royal Knockout, but a little bit different with some nice big double frilled stars. So these are, and wow, got a bunch of buds here. Don't know if you can see that. Got another one there. So far, nothing really broken here, from packaged. They keep packaging things like this and things keep coming here really pretty like this. I'm just gonna have to break down and order more violets from Linda's Secret Garden. And it's also fast too, because I ordered this lot last Friday. It is Thursday and they arrived on my doorstep this morning. I've really started getting into these really elaborate blooms on African violets, especially the ones with the frilly edges. So got that one coming, got this one coming, and got another one coming. So 3 flower stalks coming. I can't wait for all of these to get out of quarantine so they can bloom. So this is Lacey Lass. Join your sisters over here. Okay, now next one. I can't believe I have 7, well actually I got a total of 10 violets because we got the other shipment from our private seller. All right, so who is this? This is oh my goodness, this is RS Duchess. And this is a lovely violet too. This is a Ukrainian Russian variety. I've been getting more and more into those. So this is another frilled violet, white edges, and kind of like a lavender, purple bloom. Very, very pretty. Got simple leaves here, but gorgeous violet. Oh, yep, you always lose one. You know what I'm gonna do with this, right? I'm gonna propagate it so I can have more RS Duchess. Seriously, I'm gonna need some, I need bigger racks, seriously. Once I get everything out of quarantine, I have run out of room on my racks. I have run out of room on my propagation racks. I'm gonna and I've got leaves coming too. I think I got bitten by this African violet bug a little too hard. That's okay. When you have a hard day and you want to relax, there's nothing more relaxing than going up there and tending to your plants. And if I was smart, I would have put down some paper to help catch all this, but like I said, rough day, brain's half gone, and I'm just enjoying unwrapping this plant. All right, RS Duchess, that is violet number 4 out of this shipment. Okay, so what's this next one? Okay, we are more than, this will make it halfway. I got 2 more in this shipment and then 3 in the other shipment. So this one is New Year's Eve. Okay, this one looks like a variegated. Okay, I love variegated violets. I got several when I was doing a bunch of my fall ordering last year. And like I'm always saying, the cool thing about variegated violets is that they're pretty even without the blooms. I just love these different colors on the violets. As far as what the bloom will look like, I'm looking at the picture here. This will be a kind of a double pink star with a darker pink edge, and it's kind of like what they call a sparkle edge. So it's not like a solid pink edge, it's kind of like, you know, speckles, so like a dark speckled edge. I'm running out of room here. Nice, no broken leaves, looks healthy. I don't see any buds yet. That's awesome, because at least I don't have to pluck them off when I do my quarantine protocol. So as much as I love seeing the flowers like we have here on, which one was this? Hawaiian Pearl. It's gonna hurt my heart to take these, and I didn't take the cotton off of this. It's gonna hurt my heart to take these blooms off. That's why I'm gonna take a picture. All right, and got 2 more out of this shipment from Linda's Secret Garden. Oops, that one was about to fall out. All right, so which one was this? This one is A Day, okay, this one is called A Day in April. Okay, apparently A Day in April is another Russian violet. Seems like my collection of Russian Ukrainian violets are growing by the day. They make some really fascinating hybrids though. No blooms. Oh, wait, we got a bud here. I'll show it to you later. Okay, so apparently the blooms on this one are double stars, and if you're not quite familiar with the descriptions of what these blooms are, there is a website that I've learned a lot about African violets from called Baby Violets, and you'll get a whole rundown on what these different descriptions of the blooms are. And basically, you have single blooms, you have double blooms, you have frilled edges, you have fantasy, you have stars. I mean, you also have wasp blooms. I mean, it's just like a whole classification system as far as what blooms look like. And it's the same thing with leaves as well. You just have a whole classification of what African violet leaves look like. So if you're not quite sure about what I'm talking about when I'm talking about double blooms and frilled edges and things like that, you can check out the Baby Violets website, and I'll put it in the description so you can take a look. And they have like a whole rundown on what all that terminology means. So, but for this particular violet, we have, it's going to be double stars. They're pink double stars with a sparkle violet edge. So kind of similar to New Year's Eve. but the shape of the bloom looks different. Very pretty. Looks like a young plant, actually. I see a couple of possible buds here, so I don't want a whole bunch of them because then because I'll cry when I have to get rid of them. So, and finally, the last one out of Linda's Secret Garden, lucky number 7 out of this one. Okay, this one has to be AE Milky Way, because that's the last one that's on the list. All right, if I remember correctly, this is a star-shaped bloom, kind of like a variable fuchsia color with white fantasy, pink and white fantasy. All right, in case you're not familiar with fantasy, it's basically a fantasy on an African violet bloom are kind of like dots or speckles. Gotten into fantasy stuff too. Okay, there we are. Oh, nice. I don't see any buds yet, which is perfectly fine with me because I don't want to have to pluck them out. But nice flower, nice plain leaves. This is the 7th and last one out of the Linda's Secret Garden shipment, AE Milky Way. All right, so these are all 7 of the violets that I got from Linda's Secret Garden. Beautiful, I love Hawaiian Pearl. All of these they look very healthy. They were very well packaged. You know, I think they were packaged even better than from when I got them in fall. So I would be more than happy to order from Linda's Secret Garden again. Beautiful violets, and I can't wait for all of these guys to bloom. I'm going to bag these guys up so they can go up in the quarantine room. But first, actually, I'm going to bag them up now because then I'm going to be opening up my order from the private seller for my Facebook group. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Got plenty of plastic bags. Use the gallon Ziploc bags. This helps to keep in moisture, and it also helps any potential creepy crawlies. No offense to Linda's Secret Garden, but bugs like plants, and bugs can find a way to get in plants, they will. Gallon Ziploc bags. And I know my husband's eventually going to be wondering where all of our gallon Ziploc freezer bags went to. I won't tell if you won't. And again, this is all part of the quarantining process, just keeping any potential problems inside the bag and out of your other plants. Working on a video about how I do this process, but this is the beginning. Just basically taking all the new arrivals and bagging them up. I do this slightly differently for plants that I get through mail because they spent several days in a box. They spent all day in a box once they got here today. So I'm just basically gonna let them rest before I do my full protocol. All right, so now I'm gonna get to shipment number 2. Shipment number 2. I wiped down everything because if there were any potential problems in the first shipment, I don't want them to get into the flowers in the second shipment. Rule of thumb, if you have like multiple shipments like I did, open these separately. Don't let them mingle. Put them in bags before you open up shipment number 2 or 3 or 4, depending on how many you have going. So this one is from the private seller from the Facebook group. And like I said, this is actually my first, well, it's not my first time ordering from a private seller. I've ordered some leaves from a private seller on Facebook, and it can be a little tricky. You have to be careful. We're going to go through this journey together. Now on Facebook Marketplace, you can people can leave reviews as far as different sellers. So, you know, try to find a seller that has a good reputation, good reviews, and that'll help. Okay, so now this seller was all the way from Indiana. Linda's Secret Garden is from Florida, so looks like Indiana had some cold weather, so we have insulation here to help keep everything nice and warm. I very much appreciate it. Thank you. And this is from Gary's Violets. All right, and so in this shipment we got Optimara Trinidad, Hunter's Gimme Some Sugar, and Hunter's Blue Northern. So let's open this up. And I think these are smaller plants. I think these might be starter plants. The ones that we got from Linda's Secret Garden, they look like mature plants. This time of year, a lot of sellers are shipping small starter plants. And these were probably plants they started off sometime last year. They grew over the winter, and now they're nice new plants. Now, the advantage of buying small starter plants is that, you know, a mature plant takes a little while to get acclimated to your environment. With a small starter plant, they acclimate a lot better, a lot easier, because they're young and they hadn't gotten set in their ways yet. So, like people. Package is moist. All right, so you got wrapped in plastic to keep all the dirt in. All right, so this one is Hunter's Blue Northern. We've got one blossom coming. Leaves are a little bit bent, but like I said, it's not to be unexpected in shipping. You always have some damage to leaves. Got a lot of soil here. And thank you for the steak. I might have a little bit of a mess here, so let's open this over some cardboard. You know what? I think I'm gonna need some scissors. I need to have like an African violet shipment toolkit to help me open these things. You know, plastic bags, X-Acto knife, not X-Acto knife, but you know, a box cutter, scissors. I might need an X-Acto knife to get some of the plastic off. So I just like, and you know, alcohol and plastic bags, of course, when you put them in quarantine. So I just need a whole kit. I like making a kit for everything. All right, there we go. Got a little bit of dirt coming out. Okay, looks like a nice violet. This is part of Hunter's series. If you're a fan of this particular grower's violet, this hybridizer's violets, he has a Facebook group where you can see all of his experiments. Hunter's Blue Northern, this one has some nice, they're not quite frilly, they kind of have like slightly frilled edges. It's a blue, so when they say the color blue in African violets, it's really kind of like a light lavender. So it has like, it's a blue flower, light lavender, with a very fine white edge. So it looks like it's gonna be a gorgeous flower, and it's also variegated. A lot of Hunter violets are, you know, have variegations. Anyway, he has a nice Facebook page. He also sells fertilizer that I use on all of my African violet. When I'm growing plantlets, I use his fertilizer on the growing African violet babies. Give his Facebook page a look, because you'll get to see all of his experiments. So this is Hunter's Blue Northern. All right, so, and I think I got 2 Hunter violets. Which one? Okay. Which one is this one? Got a casualty. All right, okay, this one is, all right, so I've been looking for this particular one. Actually, there's 2 versions of this. This is an Optimara, this is called Optimara Trinidad. And this is one of the violets they really don't sell anymore on the Selective Gardener site. So it's like kind of one of those, after a while you get to find these violets that are kind of rare. You don't find them often. And as soon as I saw this one, I really wanted to have it. And there's actually 2 versions of this one. And this is by the folks at Optimara. This actually has lilac blooms, and they're kind of star blooms, so they're kind of like light star single blooms lilac. And casualty, you know I'm gonna propagate this one. Okay, and this is Optimara Trinidad I. There's a second version of Trinidad where it has like double star leaves, and it's really pretty. And so now that I have number 1, you can be certain that I'm gonna be looking on the lookout for number 2. So again, this is one where, you know, after a while, you start chasing varieties that aren't readily available. And Optimara does not sell this one. At least there's nowhere I can find that they sell it. So you just end up getting it from various growers that decide to keep them in circulation. So in this case, this is one of them. And thank you, Gary's Violet, for having this on offer. I hope you have number 2 on offer, because I'd like to have both of them. Man, us violet lovers, we're going to be like people that like trading cards or baseball cards. You know, you get to collect them after a while. Okay, so Optimara Trinidad. This is Trinidad I. Trinidad number 1. There's a number 2 out there that I'm going to be on the lookout for. So, okay, only got 1 casualty with this one. All right, and then the last one should be the Hunter's Gimme Some Sugar, because I got the Hunter's Blue Northern, so I'm pretty sure this is the last one in the shipment. Hunter's Gimme Some Sugar. And by the way, I'm so sorry I'm not attempting to pronounce your name to the grower that's hybridized these violets. They're gorgeous. I don't want to risk butchering your last name, so... Like I said, take a look at his Facebook page. You'll get to see all of his experiments and all of his, everything that he's working on. It's just awesome. And I swear, when he has seedlings and when he has violets that are ready for, you know, if he has violets that he has ready for sale, you have to be right on it because they'll be gone in 5 minutes. I've not been that lucky, so I've just had to get violets from other people. All right, so this one, oh, this is a pretty one. So this one has kind of like the single blooms, and they kind of have like, they're kind of like a lavender, kind of like a mottled lavender white kind of deal going on with the blooms, and has a nice white edge. And I don't think the leaves are variegated in this case. And the Blue Northern, I think the leaves are variegated. All right, yep, this looks like a young plant. No blooms yet. That's perfectly fine. It'll grow very nicely in the environment. It'll, you know, like I said, young plants, they tend to adapt to the environment a lot better than your older established plants. Not to say that older established plants don't adapt to your environment. They just, younger ones just tend to do it a lot easier. So once they learn how to bloom in your environment, then it's not as much of a struggle. Okay, seller number 2, Gary's Violets. Very nice packaging. First time I've ordered. Look like very healthy, look like young plants. So I will have a good time acclimating, I can't talk today, acclimating these fellas to my collection. As usual, I'll be bagging these guys up in my quickly dwindling supply of gallon freezer bags, and I will be putting them through their quarantine procedure. But yeah, this really brightened my day, seeing 10 new violets. I can't believe I have 10 new violets now, and I have, like, I think more coming. I have more that hasn't been shipped yet, so I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm getting all these, but you know, once you start into it, you just can't help it. So all right, so I hope you enjoyed watching this. I really enjoy opening these up, and it really brightened my day. I hope it brightened yours, and thank you so much for watching.